Alright, back on this CTC 140 here. As I mentioned, I tried to do a cold solder on the resistor that feeds the horizontal drive transformer, but that wasn't it. I brought the unit in and I managed to get the control panel off, which is the biggest pain. And I remember the man that taught me a lot used to complain about the fashion to get this off. You got to take the 12 clips around the CRT face off. And it says if any of them break, self-tapping screw holes are provided. So this thing is a real, in a person's home, knuckle buster to get off, or whatever you want to call it. Now, I did receive a comment from a nice gentleman, Radiotvphononut, and he says there's a stand-up board that needs to be checked. I brought this in the house because I was going to hook a yoke from a Panasonic 25-inch up to it, as the one on the set is bonded. So to run it in the house, I would just put a yoke on it, and now that I have the control panel, and I would just fire it up to see if the high voltage comes up. But he mentions a stand-up board with some bad connections on it, and I found the board here. It's in the power supply section. I've also heard that someone mention to re-wet and soak the transformer leads, but no, sure enough, I don't know if you can see down there or not, but the second diode has a crack all around the lead right at the tip of that pencil. I'm not sure if you can even make that out, but that solder connection is faulty on that second diode there. So let's try that and see what happens. Okay, back on the CTC 140. I'd like to call this a final because I really don't want to spend much more time on this. I brought this chassis into bench test and hook it up with a yoke. I've substituted a Panasonic 25-inch yoke. I was told just something that ohmed out about the same, so I have that jumped into the horizontal vertical sweep as a substitute. And a nice user, Radiotvphononut, advised there's a board, stand-up board in the power supply near the low voltage switching section that could have bad connections. And sure enough, the second diode, as I mentioned earlier, did have a cracked solder around it. So I've done nothing to this but it actually resolder that. The set is running, as you can hear from the speaker, and if I check the I know it was running. I don't need to verify this. I can smell the ozone, but I do have don't want to bump those yoke wires. I do have upwards of oh, I know you can't see it on the camera. We have just about 25 kV on that. So we'll go throw it out in the set with a tube on it and see how it does. The one other thing it does not do, I don't know if they were using the cable box to shut it off, is once it's on, you cannot shut it off. Oh, it did shut off. Oh, hallelujah. Who knows what caused that to act the way it did. But I think this is a put-back final, and it stinks in here of ozone because I was running this without the tube attached. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Radiotvphononut. Okay, here we are back on the RCA CTC 140. I've gone ahead and put the chassis back in the cabinet. I could go around front and take a look at what we have here.
And we're one victory away from advancing to the conference finals. BB's 3-0 series lead in the semis over Wilkes-Barre Scranton. Pete Bruins would score.
Don't know what to do with it, but we have a wonderful Colortrak 2000 from 1988. 100% US made. Well, except for a few components, but after 25 years or so, the only failure was a weak solder connection. So take that for your reliability on the CTC 140 RCA. Thanks for watching.